Welcome to Balanced Life with Debbie Carlin Boyle. Conversations connecting to a healthier you. The show that gives you all the latest and greatest health and wellness information to inspire you to live a life of balance and joy. Debbie Carlin Boyle is a health and nutrition coach, personal trainer, and fitness instructor who helps her clients live in balance with everything that feeds us, in addition to the food on our plate. Please welcome your host, Debbie Carlin Boyle.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome this afternoon. Welcome in this beautiful December day here in sunny Southern California, Burbank to be specific. Thank you for joining me today. You are here with me at my podcast, which is Balanced Life with me, your host, Debbie Carlin Boyle. I'm conversations that connect to a healthier you. I got a conversation for you today, and my guests are here live in the studio. I'm really excited. So before we get to the guests, I want to tell you that you can become part of this conversation too. So if you're watching live and you have a comment or a question and you want to call in, the number here is area code 323-524-2599. One more time, if you're driving, don't worry about it. It's area code 323-524-2599. Now, you can make a comment on my Facebook page where I am streaming live right now at Balanced Life by Debbie Facebook. That's Debbie, D-E-B-I. Some people can't find me because they spell my name wrong. And you can make a comment during the show, after the show. Myself or my guests will get back to you with any response to the questions or the comments that you have. You can ask a question during the show. I will look at it when we have breaks, and I will ask my guests what those questions are, and we will address them right here live on the show. So that's how we get you involved in the conversation live. But if you're not with us live and you're watching after the fact, still chime in. I always go back to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page to look at comments to see what's going on to make sure that we can address any questions you may have post-show. So, having said that, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Debbie Carlin Boyle. As said, I am a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, and a nutrition coach. And I help people find that balance that puts everything in alignment for them. That's really important to live a life of health and happiness, joy, and longevity. So if you go to my website, which again is balancedlifebydebbie, DEBI.com, then you'll find everything you need to know about me. And there's a way for you to get in touch with me. There's a page there that says contact us. And just put your name in and I will get back to you. And I do a free 1-hour intake so we can see the things that might be out of balance with you, and we can talk about how we can make that work for you. I also, if you go to my website, there's a free detox there. It's a 3-day detox for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the winter months right now that will make you feel lighter on your feet, get you a little jump start if you're feeling like you're going into the holidays. We're past Thanksgiving, but we're now going into Christmas and the New Year, and we sometimes party too much and overindulge. This is that 3 days that you could do anywhere, 3 days in a row to just make you feel better and go into it or come out of it. So do check that out if you will. All right, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. If you want to, go ahead to my YouTube channel and subscribe. All the shows that I have on there are health and wellness shows that if you have a question about anything, I've done a show on it. So just go there. We alert you when a new show is coming up. I really appreciate it. And if you're listening to on any of the podcast platforms, just go ahead and give us some likes, if you will. All right, here we go. On with the show. So, Parkinson's disease causes the slow, long-term degeneration of the central nervous system, which is vital to maintaining the motor skills, system's normal function. As the symptoms begin, a Parkinson's patient will slowly lose control over what movements are being made and begin to have more difficulty with movements as simple as walking. Unfortunately, not a lot of information has been discovered about why Parkinson's disease occurs or what makes an individual more likely to develop it than others. Enter my guests today, Coach Lisa Oliver and Coach Yvette Israel, who are the owners and head coaches of Rock Steady Boxing in Ventura County and Los Angeles County. Lifelong fans of the complex sport of boxing, this dynamic duo came together in 2013 at a boxing gym in Newbury Park, California. It was there that they heard about Rock Steady Boxing in Indiana, an exercise program solely dedicated to people fighting the debilitating effects of Parkinson's disease. When these two badass ladies learned that they combined their love of boxing and their mutual passion to help change people's lives, they flew off to Indiana faster than you can yell Rock Steady, and boy, did their arms get tired. So today, we're going to discuss this amazing program that has been scientifically proven to reverse Parkinson's symptoms. I don't know why I can't say that word today. So please welcome my guests, Lisa Oliver and Yvette Israel, to the show. Woo! We have a whole audience here for you.
Rock and roll.
Big, yes, literally. Rock and roll. Hi, girls.
Awesome. Hi, Debbie.
I finally got you here in the studio.
Yes, we're so busy. It's hard to take the time, but we made sure we were here.
I'm so glad that you mapped it out. I don't know, but about a year ago,
yes,
when I met you,
yeah,
I started asking you, oh my God, you're perfect for my show. What you're doing is amazing. You need to come on. And, you know, I did give you the option to do Zoom. You're like, no, we're going to find time to do this live. I promise you we will. And here you are. And I'm so excited that you're here today.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, yes. It's just, it's my pleasure because doing what you do needs to be heard. And people need to know that this is out there and available to them. Because my guess is that everybody probably knows somebody who has Parkinson, whether it's a family member or a friend of a friend. But there's a connection, I would think, for most people. So this is vital. I personally know that I know two people, one of my good friends, and ironically, my tennis coach, which I think I mentioned to you before, who's still playing tennis at a pretty high level. But he's fighting this, and he's 71 years old now, and it's not fun, as you know, because you deal with so many people. So I told him about this program. He's interested. It's just a really cool thing. I had never heard about it. I know you guys because we all three of us work at the same studio, which is Dig Cycle. And when you came to lease space from the studio, that day you came in, I happened to be there. Yes. So I was like, oh, I love you guys. So I'm so glad you're here. To get started, I want to hear a little bit about each of you, whoever wants to go first, your background. And then I want to hear how you came together. And then I want to hear, more than what I said in the intro, how you got started with this program. So who wants to go first and tell me about where they're from and what their young years were like?
Let's guess.
Lisa.
I'm going to go first.
She's bursting out of the seams here.
Yes.
Go, girl, go.
Yes. Thank you, Debbie. Although I'm sure my childhood story is one of fascination for most of the world, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that because I want to talk more about how Yvette and I came together in 2013 because we literally get asked that question every single day, every 5 minutes.
I bet. Right? But I do want to hear, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
Los Angeles, California.
Oh, me too.
SoCal girl.
Me too. Where?
Yes.
What part of LA?
Well, I was born, I believe, like Tarzana area.
Okay, so in the valley.
Yes, but I grew up mostly in the Conejo Valley.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Gotcha.
Yeah,
So-
and I think I've always, if you asked my friends and family, they'd probably agree that I've always been a little feisty. So
Really?
the fact...
That's mild. Putting it mildly.
Maybe just a little feisty,
Okay.
and
Good for you.
which probably led to my natural love of boxing. It's something my dad turned me on to when I was a teenager,
Oh, okay.
and I'm absolutely enthralled and passionate about the sport. And the fact that it became what we're doing now to help so many people is really, really cool.
I love
so,
that.
yeah, so that's just a teeny little bit.
So, did you ever box professionally
No.
or competitively?
No.
Just for fun. You did it
Just
for fun.
fitness and
as
fun,
a
yes.
form of exercise. So, when
Absolutely.
did you become a personal trainer?
Well, I got certified in the Rock Steady Boxing method in 2013.
Okay.
So that was really when that whole journey started.
Okay.
Prior to that, believe it or not, I mean, you probably can't tell today, but I was actually in the beauty industry.
What did you? So that's what I'm asking. So, what
Yes,
what
yes.
did you do?
So I was an executive manager for MAC Cosmetics in
like
Colorado and in California
very
for
cool.
many years.
Okay.
And so I like to say that I went from beauty to boxing.
Well,
Yes.
they're interrelated, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I think exercise and beauty go hand in hand because it does make you a more beautiful person from inside and out. Look at you wearing
Yes.
your pearls.
Yes.
You go, Yvette.
Yes, she does.
She got her pearls
she wears
on
the
today.
pearls while she's boxing.
I
too.
love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
And your rings. I love it. You know
Yeah.
me. Well, Tony knows. I'm a makeup person. I'm a jewelry person. I go for it when I can.
Yes.
But then
Yeah.
you see me in a sweaty mess too. So I'm a little dichotomy. So do you want to talk about how you met, or let's hear your background first, if we could, Yvette, and then we'll go to both of you talking about the miraculous meeting and the aha moment of that
Yeah.
we should be doing this. So your turn.
Okay. Well, you asked where Lisa was born.
I can guess.
Okay. Wait. I was born in Sacramento, California.
I would not have guessed
That's
that.
right. But at 5 months old, my parents said, we're out of here. So we moved back east. I lived in almost all the boroughs.
That's where I was going to guess that you were born. Okay. It's usually the other way around that parents
Yeah.
want to move out west. As
Yes.
my parents did.
Ah,
they moved
yes.
out west.
But then I got married, and we moved to California because we were hired to work on some of the sitcoms that everybody out there listening will be familiar with. And
To do what?
Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley.
What did you
Welcome-
do on the sitcoms?
We wrote the scripts.
Oh, you were a
And-
writer.
Yes, we were
I didn't-
outside writers.
Oh,
yes.
you and your husband.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
huh?
I love it. Happy Days.
Yes.
Yeah, the Williams, Anson Williams, is one of my friends. So very cool. So cool.
So we're going back many, many years
Yes,
now.
I
Okay,
get it.
so fast forward, I learned about nutrition and I learned about exercise. And then I met this amazing guy in Sherman Oaks named Billy Blanks, and he taught me how to box. And I fell in love with boxing.
So, question, was it the traditional boxing, or at that point was he doing the Taibo stuff? Which
He was doing Taibo, but I took private lessons from him
Wow.
to do the traditional boxing because I loved it and I wanted to. Sometimes you find a sport that you really love because
That's
you're
right.
built to do it. I happen to be built because I have broad shoulders, narrow waist, so I just took to it. And moving forward, I was in the videos, and then I became. I took over my parents' business, which was the clothing business, and turned that into a very big success. But I was yearning to be in the health fitness industry, but I couldn't break in until I got the opportunity, and that was to do what I'm doing now. And bringing my background as a boxer and the love of working out, which I did almost every day of my life, including Sunday.
Yeah, I am a 7-day a week, much to the chagrin of my family. But, when you got the bug, you got the bug. And
That's it. So I felt so good. So then Lisa and I met up.
So you guys in a boxing class, in one of Billy's classes, in a type of what kind of boxing was it, and where?
In 2013, we established a brand new boxing gym in Newbury Park. called Title Boxing Club.
That was yours?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah.
but that's not how you met.
That is how we met.
By
Yes.
doing, how did you, but, okay,
So
go back.
we birthed.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's okay. That gym was opened in 2013, and I was the manager.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was owned by a wonderful man named Matt LaSorsa.
Okay.
And Yvette also worked there. And probably about 2 weeks after we opened, when I was going out of my mind and not able to even fit in eating or sleeping, somebody walked into the gym who knew about the Rocksteady boxing method and looked at the gym and said, oh my God, this would be the most perfect place to house this program that helps people with Parkinson's. Because as it turns out, there are a lot of people in Ventura County with Parkinson's disease. And so it sounded really fascinating and incredible that we could combine boxing with being able to help people with a movement disorder. And so just a couple months later, in February, we flew to, as you mentioned in your introduction,
Indiana.
we flew off to Indianapolis, Indiana, where we were trained in the Rocksteady boxing method and received our certification to start the program there in Newbury Park, which is where it was for 5 years before we moved on to the gyms we're at now.
Okay, so you don't have that Newbury Park
No,
facility.
not since 2019.
Not since there.
Yeah.
Okay, and was it strictly for the boxing program, for Rocksteady Boxing, once you got certified, or was it a gym as well?
Exactly. It was
So-
a gym 7 days a week,
Gotcha.
all day long, offering 1,000-calorie burning fitness boxing classes to the general population.
Right.
But when we started the Rocksteady Boxing program, it became so huge. It went from 1 class a week to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and we had about 175
50, 60 people showing up.
Oh,
per
so you had
class.
to break it up to smaller classes. Got it.
Yeah,
Yes. And you
so-
had to start hiring people to teach these classes, right? To
Yes.
go get
Yes.
certified as well. in,
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, that shows you the demand. So the person who came in, were how did they? I mean, Indiana is not that close, and how did they know about? Were they from Indiana? Did they have a relative that was doing this Rocksteady method, or what was happening that they knew about it?
The Rocksteady boxing method is actually quite well known. Not everybody, like you said yourself, had not heard about
No.
it before.
Yeah.
But there's actually over 1,000 Rocksteady boxing affiliate gyms in
All
the
over the
world.
world.
All over the world.
now.
So, and are they franchises?
No.
No, it's not-
So
no.
you take it on yourself, and
It's privately
Okay,
owned and
gotcha.
operated. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
So Yvette and I in Rocksteady Boxing VCLA, Ventura County, Los Angeles, we are the co-owners, partners, and head coaches of that program. And then we have a staff underneath us of head coaches, assistant coaches, and volunteer coaches.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah,
at
And
the
we are
studio.
we are one of the
Yeah.
most successful affiliates of Rocksteady
Gee, I
Boxing.
wonder
I
why.
don't know myself.
would
I
just-
can't
It's
figure
true.
it out.
It just eludes me. I mean,
Yes.
you guys come in and the whole place just perks up instantly.
Thank you.
You know, and I actually haven't seen you teach a class because I think your classes are. Oh, my seat just went.
Debbie
down.
shrunk. Debbie literally just shrunk everybody.
I
Okay.
didn't touch anything, I swear. It just went. Woo. I'm not even sure when your classes are. I don't know if they've changed or you add on or take out, but I think you do a Friday class after I teach.
So so we have 3 locations,
Okay.
and we're looking at a 4th in 2023. So our 3 locations are Calabasas,
Yes.
which is where we know you from.
Yes.
Those are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30. And then at the same time, we have a Zoom gym in Newbury Park that is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30.
Okay.
And then on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we have classes at 10:30 in Camarillo.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
That was the gym that you were like opening when we first
Yes.
tried to get you on the show because you were really busy trying to get that off the
Yes,
ground.
it's huge. It's
Right.
about 4 times the size of the dig cycle.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Dig Cycle is really a cycle gym,
Right.
and that
Right.
strength training is secondary,
Yeah.
though it does very well.
Right.
And I can't even remember, but did he put those bags in there for you guys?
We put them in.
You put them in.
Yes.
Well, we take advantage of them when we teach strength training, or I do some private clients there every once in a while. So I totally, because so my background is that in the 90s, I started the whole Tybo Billy Blanks thing, and he had a protege, a guy by the name of Jonathan La Paz, who
Yes.
came to Malibu to make that program happen. And I was a huge, I mean, every single class he taught, I was there. So he trained me I was like, where do I go get certified? He goes, you don't. I'm just going to train you. So I could sub for him. And so I have that same Tybo kickboxing background that I use with my clients and did use for myself for a long time. My knees went bad between running, boxing, and tennis. So I have to baby them now. And some of those boxing steps I have to modify, which I know that you guys know modifications for sure.
Oh,
I've seen.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to talk about the program and how it works basically and why it works. I mean, you guys, your website is really comprehensive. It talks about who you are, where you came from, what you do, why you do it, but it also talks about the benefits and the why. And so I want to kind of list those off so people who are listening can get a hold of you and find out. And of course, we're international, so anywhere they are in this country, at least, you could refer them where they could go. Mostly people are here in Southern California. So tell me, how does the program work? How does this?
Well, I'm going to just go into a little bit, and then Lisa can continue. First off, the Rocksteady Boxing Method uses the fundamentals of boxing training. And in addition, specific Parkinson's exercises to help combat the disease, the symptoms. So,
what are the symptoms? Like, just so we can know. I know we do have a call waiting, but I want to get through what the program is before we take the call. So, caller, if you're listening live, be patient. We're going to be with you in a second. Okay.
The symptoms are huge, and not everybody has all the symptoms.
Right.
What's wonderful about the boxing is that you may not get those symptoms. So, or if you do, they could be very mild. All right. But the symptoms are balance, gait, loss of voice projection, cognition, swallowing, rigidity. Let's see. What else do we have?
The
there?
thing
God,
that's
I would think of
it literally can't. Parkinson's can literally affect every single part of your functioning from your brain to your toes.
Right.
There are people in our program who only have issues with their vision or being able to move their eyes, or only have issues with their hearing or their vocalization or their swallowing. And most of the symptoms that people recognize are like tremors, right? Because everybody always says, so-and-so has tremors.
Yeah.
But not everybody has those tremors. Right. The first thing people will report when they call us or when their family members call us is a slowness of movement, a shrinking of everything. So your limbs kind of shrink into your body. Your handwriting becomes very small. That's one of the first things they might notice. Or they might notice their family members constantly saying, what? I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you all of a sudden?
Okay.
Because they start to lose their voice, which is the most dangerous thing about Parkinson's is loss of voice, because that can lead to inability to swallow, which leads to choking. And that's really the only thing about Parkinson's that can actually kill you. It's not, everything else can be managed with exercise. But so can the vocalization, which is a huge part of our program, because we want to keep people not only speaking, but we want to make sure they can continue to swallow and eat and drink, which obviously we all need to do to be able to survive. Right.
Yes.
So it's a big part of it.
That's
Yes.
really
So
big.
all the symptoms of which, as there are many, most of them have shuffling problems, walking, gait, balance. We work on everything in a class. And again, if they don't have those symptoms, by working with us, they may not get them at all, or it may diminish. So,
But either way, exercise is a plus, because you're right. You're warding off things that may be coming once they have their diagnosis. So just the movement itself, for anybody, for any reason, but in this case, for sure.
it's a movement disorder, so you have to keep moving.
Right.
And we do that. We keep you moving.
I've seen those videos. I've seen. You guys are little powerhouses. You know what? We're going to get really into the program, but let me take this call. Then we're going to take a break, and then we'll get into the program. So
Cool. I
let
can't
me
wait to see who's calling.
I know. Hi, caller. Are you there? Hi, caller. Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Hi. How are you? What's your name, and where are you calling from?
My name's Kent Peterson, and I'm calling from Moore Park, California.
Hi,
Which is between
Ken.
Thousand Oaks and Camarillo.
Yes. I'm going to ask you to turn down whatever you're listening to us on, because we can hear you on the delay. There we go. We just want to hear you, not me.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, thank you. I think he's got it. Are you back with us?
Okay.
All right. So, Hi, I'm assuming that you are a student of Yvette and Lisa. Do you have a question or a comment or a testimonial for us today?
Yeah, it's a testimonial.
All right, well, take it.
Okay, I'm 75 years old. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's 2016, about 6 years ago. I joined RSB about a year ago, so I have 6 months approximately with Zoom and 6 months at the gym, which is Camarillo. I love it. I knew I was going to join the gym because I didn't know too many people with Parkinson's, so it's been an eye-opener, and I've made friends.
I bet.
I'm really a jogger, a walker, a runner. I've done several marathons and a few half marathons, which Parkinson's has interrupted that activity. My goal is to run a 5K, which I haven't since I come down with Parkinson's. That's about 3 mile distance, and I want to complete that in October 23.
Good
RSB
for
is
you.
helping to meet that goal.
Wow.
The thing I like about Yvette and Lisa is their mantra is PPL, which is push past perceived limitations. Even though you have, or I have Parkinson's, it's like a can-do attitude. The next one is movement is new Parkinson's medication, which I believe that. So it's fighting back Parkinson's symptoms to reduce those. And that's helping me, is to strengthen my core and reduce those symptoms. And since that time, I've increased my distance about 25%.
Wow.
Are you there?
Yes, we're listening to you. I'm so
Yay,
impressed.
Superman.
Yeah, we're giving you a round of applause.
Go, Ken.
Yeah, here,
Go,
look
Ken.
at our audience
Go,
just
Ken.
kicked in. Our audience just
Go,
kicked in.
Ken.
Wow.
Can I go some more?
Yeah, if you, go ahead and tell us all the benefits that it have
Yeah,
been for you.
Lisa and Yvette, RSB, make fighting back Parkinson's fun. These two owner coaches are very sincere about helping me and everybody else. Their ability to deal with Parkinson's on a personal level. My first missed session on Zoom, which is out of my garage, I was just using the computer. I missed one session. They called, and it just kind of made me want to cry because they have a personal involvement in all their clients.
I bet.
and that won me over.
I can see that.
They're very professional and compassionate about what they do. So I just want to thank RSV, Yvette, and Lisa. We love you guys.
Oh, thank you so much. Wow.
I love you too.
I'm so glad you could do that publicly. I really am, Ken, and I really am happy for you that this is working for you. I want to thank you so much for calling in. That was really sweet and really wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ken.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you know what, Ken?
I got a shout out too.
And Kent, you spoke the truth. That was the truth.
So thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful
Kent.
day. Thank you. Keep listening. Thank
See you in
so
class
much.
on Thursday.
There you go. So, well, there you have it. Look what you're doing to people in their lives, and it's beyond them. It's their family and friends too. You're giving them a quality of life, which I've always maintained is the sort of backdrop behind health and wellness, is that you have longevity with quality, and when you are fighting things that we don't have, like I said at the top of the show, we're not sure why or how, but we know that it hits people in a different way. It's not one size fits all, and yet you're giving back this quality of life to people. So it's really commendable. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because there is no cure at this time, and there are foundations working on a cure. But until that happens, Rocksteady Boxing is here to help you right now. In this moment, to live the life you had planned that was taken away from you. No, you are going to do the things that you plan to do. We have tremendous amount of success stories of people who gained back the quality of the life they had before. And it was just a hiccup having Parkinson's.
Yeah, the diagnosis itself is probably so debilitating. Because does it, I'm not that familiar with it other than my two friends that I know are dealing with it. Can it go away 100%? No. So no.
It's a progressive disease.
Progressive with no known cure, but can some people
We need to clarify. Yeah, we definitely need to clarify. Although it is a progressive movement disorder, it is scientifically proven that with forced intense exercise in the form of boxing-inspired techniques and movements, which obviously we're talking about non-contact boxing. Nobody is going in to the ring and punching each other.
Of course not.
The only contact occurs with the punching mitts and with the heavy bags. So our program since 2006 has been studied, and there's thousands of medical articles online about why it works. So even though it's a progressive movement disorder, you're not going to ever look under a microscope and no longer have Parkinson's, but you may never have the symptoms that you came to us with. And we see that all the time.
Right.
That's amazing.
It can be reversed. It can be slowed down. We can prevent it from happening, other symptoms. It's huge. And it's their own body. It's not medicine. It's their body working to be healthy, because that's the natural state of the body.
Right. And what the body wants to be healthy.
Yes.
We flood it with toxins and, through our food and our lifestyle, our non-movement, our bad sleep, well, you name it, alcohol, drugs, and and the body, all it wants to do is get back to homeostasis, to its natural, healthy state. And that won't happen if you're putting all this crap in and not moving. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. I want to get into what you do in the program, too, like how it breaks down and how.
Cool.
Okay. So we'll be right back after a message from one of my sponsors. See you in a second. Without looking at labels, do you actually know what is in the cleaning products that you use in your home? If you haven't addressed this yet, it's likely that you are spraying toxic and dangerous chemicals in your home. 3 common ingredients that you want to avoid at all costs are ammonia, fragrance, and bleach. These ingredients and chemicals can contribute to chronic respiratory problems, allergic reactions, allergies, cancer, hormonal issues, headaches, and more. So what's the solution to a healthier, clean home for your family? Teas Organics, all-purpose cleaner and room sprays. Tea's products are formulated with the power of an essential oil blend. Her all-purpose cleaner gives you a clean surface, shower, toilet, or simply just use it to spot clean or dust, and all without harsh chemicals. And to make it even better, Tea's Organics all-purpose cleaner uses 100% organic essential oils and has a sweet yet spicy herbal aroma with hints of citrus. Imagine a fresh, inviting scent and sparkling clean home that you know is free from toxic, potentially harmful, and cancer-causing chemicals. I use these products, and I can personally attest to all of the above. And right now, enjoy a 15% discount by applying 15DEBBI, DEBI, to your order. So check out these amazing products by Tea's Organics that are healthy for you and your home. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. You're here. You reached Balanced Life with me, your host, Debbie Carlin Boyle. Conversations that connect to a healthier you. I have my guest live here in the studio today. Our conversation today is with Lisa Oliver and Yvette Israel, and we're talking about rock steady boxing for Parkinson's. And we were just about to get into, I know we have two more calls. Callers, if you could wait one more second, I want to get into how the program works, what you do in the program once you're in it, and then we'll talk about how people can get in it. So who wants to go and tell us how it works?
So as far as the classes go, like Yvette said, well, first of all, let me back up. What's really important to understand is we are training people in a world-renowned method that's been scientifically proven, right? So even though exercise, like we've all established, is so important for everyone, what's really important for people to understand is with Parkinson's, it can be a matter of life and death. You absolutely have to participate in this form of exercise. First and foremost, because you're going to walk into a room where every single person in that room is fighting for the same reason you are, right?
You feel like Ken was just saying, he met other people. He didn't feel so alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Important.
So the first thing that happens in our program is you come into a room, to the gym, where you are surrounded by support, camaraderie, and encouragement from your fellow boxers. So that already changes people's minds in a second about what they're dealing with. Because like I always say, change your mind, change your life.
Of course.
Right? So it changes their perspective in minutes. Like you can see it happening from their first 10 feet into the gym, when they start engaging in these conversations, and now they go to battle, right, with this disease, and they learn that they can get control over it. So our classes are an hour and 15 minutes long. They include a lot of vocal work. So if you were at the gym and you did not know what was happening and you heard some of the crazy vocalization exercises we do, you might be like, what the heck is going on in there? But they're specifically targeted to be able to help people get their voices back and keep their voices strong, like we mentioned before, which is so important.
Do those separate from the boxing moves, or are they with the boxing moves?
Separate and with.
And together.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So one of the things we do at the beginning of class is called the GTKY, or getting to know you. So it's a way that we continue to make that camaraderie really strong with the boxers, as we'll throw out a question. And it could be anything, like, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? But the goal is that they have to have an answer, but they have to be able to say it loud enough for everybody in the room to hear. And then you get to know people, right? I mean, we did that over Halloween. Somebody said Reese's Pieces, and then the next class, somebody brought in a bag of Reese's Pieces for the class to share, which is cool, right? So they're becoming friends, and the camaraderie is strong. And then we do a really dynamic warm-up. And it, again, we're working on balance and flexibility, vocal strength, stability, and we do some exercises that engage the brain and get the synapses firing and the dopamine flowing. And quick sidebar, this is one of our vocal exercises. I scream, you scream, we all scream for dopamine. Okay.
Cute. I love it. I love it. Just saying that takes that hormone and drops it in.
Exactly.
I love it. So
Yes.
smart. So smart.
So people with Parkinson's are losing dopamine production, and so that's a fun thing to do. And then our classes always include at least 20 to 30 minutes of boxing. And another important thing to mention is we work with all levels of Parkinson's, from high level to lower functioning.
Do you divide the classes up that way? You
Yes,
do.
yes, but we don't teach them separately. We teach, which some programs do, where they'll have a level 1 class, a level 2 class. We decided years ago that as long as we don't have to do that for as long as we can, we really love, and we think the boxers do too, the dynamic that comes from having all the different groups in one class. It gives the lower functioning people something to aspire to. It gives the higher functioning people, they like to help. The other people, and it just creates a really beautiful dynamic that we want to keep as long as we can. But when it comes to specific exercises,
I was going to ask.
We'll put them in groups, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the goal is always to get you to a higher and higher level, to push you past perceived limitations, so that you may start in a wheelchair, but within a couple of weeks you're going to be standing and you're going to be doing things you
amazing.
never thought you would do. And this happens all the time. Yes.
That's amazing. No, go ahead.
Yes, please.
We have what we call an assessment that we do when you first come to the gym. So we analyze, we assess where you're at, so we know what group to put you in. But this assessment goes on for several months. We reassess you, let's say at the third month, okay? Because Lisa and I, after we teach class and then we do our personal training, we meet up every single night after class and we discuss what happened, because sometimes we're not working together and sometimes we are. So we talk about all the boxers, how they're improving, who needs more help, and we decide what the next routine will be for them, and then we share it with our team so they know what we have decided to do to push them past what they think they can do, meaning the boxers. Okay?
I love that you individualize it.
Yes.
Love it.
Every single
It's
person.
amazing. We have our eyes on everybody. We know exactly where they're at, what they're fighting with, what they're hesitant, if they're depressed,
That's
whatever's
amazing.
going on. We are totally sensitive to that. And when we have this assessment, then we go and we tell them, you've improved this much. We're going to move you now to the next level. And they get so excited when they know they're moving
progress.
up,
Yes.
because sometimes, you don't know how well you're doing because you're still battling other things,
Of course.
but your family may notice, oh my God, you're sitting up straight, your walking is amazing, look at that, your energy is so good, your endurance, your strength, you're happier. There's so much that is touched by this method that goes way beyond just the disease.
Right. And you have testimonials from family members on your website, which is so cool. We're going to grab a call right now.
Goody.
And are the calls still there, Tony? Okay.
love
Caller,
it. Love it,
are
love
you
it.
there? Hi, caller. Hello?
Dick Dice.
Hi. Can you hear me? And what's your name and where are you calling from?
Dick Dice from Thousand Oaks.
From Thousand Oaks. Welcome. Dick, you said, right? First name? Yes?
Dick, yes.
Hi. Do you have a comment, question, testimonial for Lisa and Yvette today?
Probably a testimonial. When my neurologist diagnosed me about 3 years ago, the next call I made was to Lisa. And the only reason I did that is I knew I couldn't do this by myself.
How did you find Lisa? How did you know about Rocksteady? Did your neurologist?
My neurologist, yes.
Perfect. Got it. Okay. And then how?
So I
go
played
ahead.
a lot of sports over time, but I never worked out in a gym, so I'm very much not a gym rat as these two are. So what they've done for me is give me discipline. I'm literally afraid of both of them. And and I like the fact that they take all the little things about Parkinson's seriously. So I've learned a lot about things that could go wrong, but they're not going to go wrong because I'm not going to let them. Kind of that simple to me.
And that's good. And what Lisa and Yvette were just saying is that they assess every single session and get together and collaborate on how it went and what's changed. And, I love that you individualize that. That's very rare for a teacher. But again, this is a different program. And that way they can maximize what your potential is to keep moving up that ladder. And you just attested to that. So that's a great testimonial. Thank you so much.
The promise from the neurologist was it'll slow down or stop progression.
And it's done that, correct?
It has done that, and what they didn't say was, I'm a lot stronger than I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
There's just no doubt about that.
And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want strength and clarity and agility? I love that. I love that, Dick. I'm so happy for you. So happy. Do you want anything you guys want to say to Dick?
Dick, thank you so much. Dick is the king of the one-liners, and
so he keeps everybody
yes
in check.
Thank you, Dick. And
Yes.
you could take us out for lunch.
yeah, sooner than later.
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh my gosh, I have to. I'll just say one quick thing is that just last month, or in October, we had our annual company picnic, and it was the second year that Dick and his lovely wife came, and it's just so awesome when we get to see, because Dick's been on Zoom for a long time now, and so it was only we've seen him a couple of times in person through the years. And Dick, I hope I don't embarrass you, because as I always say, there is no crying in boxing. However, this beautiful man, every single time we have ever met him in person, he always gets a little misty-eyed, telling us all of the amazing things that have happened in his life since he joined Rocksteady Boxing VCLA, and that's why we do what we do.
Priceless. You're
Yes.
changing lives
Yes.
one at a time. Amazing.
Yes.
Dick, I want to thank you for calling in, and I'm sure you're going to continue to progress. Stick with these ladies. Thank you so much for calling in.
I'm hoping to work my way up to a match against Lisa.
A what? What is it?
I want to be in the boxing ring with Lisa.
Oh, a boxing match. Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay, well, we'll televise that. Let us know.
Yes.
I'll show up with my iPhone if I have to. We'll get that on camera. Wow, that's very cool. Thank you again, Dick. Take care and have a
Bye,
beautiful
Dick.
rest of your day.
See you
Take care.
tomorrow.
Thanks for the show.
Okay, yes.
Thanks for the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's take the other call, because
Okay.
we're starting to the wind down time. We have to talk about how people can get in touch
Yes,
and everything.
And I
Yes.
wanted to
So-
mention something about the neurologist.
Hi, this is
Okay.
Hi, this is Sylvia.
Hi, Sylvia. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Well, calling from my brother, and we're calling from Santa Monica.
Oh, welcome.
So just wanted to, thank you. Just wanted to call in and give our testimony to how much we adore these lovely coaches.
I
So
can
just
see
to give you a
why.
little background of my brother, it's a bit of an unusual case with my brother. He's only 50, and he's been diagnosed about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And before we came to see Lisa and Yvette, about roughly mid-October to end of October, Alfred was dealing with a lot of struggles with his mobility. He was very withdrawn, very depressed. Now, before Parkinson's, he was a very, as Lisa and Yvette can attest, very social, very outgoing. If you leave him at the gym after hours, he could be there for hours chatting with everyone. But this hit us hard. It was a hard hit. All the neuro exams and the assessments were not moving in the right direction before we saw Lisa and Yvette. So I found them online, thankfully. We're grateful for that. And we started end of October. And we adored the class. We adore Lisa and Yvette and all the members. But people started coming up to me and saying, "Hey, Alfred is looking a little better. He has a little, brightness in his face. He's more alert. He's smiling, and he rarely smiles after this diagnosis." So we were on a great momentum in November, but the true test really came when we had an official neuro exam about two weeks ago. And I can tell you, ladies, it was quite baffling to sit in that office with him, and the neurology team were quite impressed because he not only was looking good physically, but all his assessments improved. So that is now objective, measurable, and documented that his neuro exam before and after was a huge difference.
That's amazing.
A week later, we had OT do another assessment. Again, they were baffled because his upper body strength has improved, lower body strength improved. He was more engaged. Before he wasn't really engaged in it. He wasn't really interested in answering questions. So just to give you a perspective, the changes have been phenomenal. And we are also having lessons with Lisa privately in addition to the classes we're going through 3 times a week. So we're just so grateful that we found them because it's making a huge difference in Alfred's life and our life. And I personally, as a sister, enjoy going.
To watch, because
I love meeting the family members, and everybody's just so welcoming and so caring. So Yvette and Lisa, they're very technically savvy. They really safely push you out of your comfort zone, and I love that for Alfred because he can get a little, relaxed and really mellow and wants to chit chat. But they've fostered such a wonderful, caring environment, and we're just so grateful for them.
Oh my gosh, changing lives, you guys.
Thank
changing
you, Sylvia.
lives. Sylvia, thank you
Yes.
so much for calling. Go ahead.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes.
Alfred is using a wheelchair most of the time, and he's beginning to stand up now.
Yay!
On a walker, so
That's an applause.
Yes.
That's
walk,
great.
So we're on the right track.
Wonderful. And I just have to say really, really quickly, so everybody who's ever watched a boxing match knows that as a boxer has someone in his corner, right? A boxer has someone in his corner. So all the family members who come to the gym, we call them corner people. And it's usually a spouse, right? And this is the first time that there has been a sister. She has devoted, she literally drives from Moore Park to Santa Monica to pick him up, bring him to Calabasas, take him back to Santa Monica, and go back to Moore Park 3 times a week.
Wow,
she is
Sylvia.
the most amazing corner person ever. And so, Sylvia, I want you to wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a big, giant hug. Okay?
I can see why these ladies are so motivating. Sylvia, I got to thank you for calling in today. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Love you.
You guys, changing lives. We're out of time, but we're going to take a second to talk about how people can reach you, how they can get a hold of you right now, and anything else you want to say. We're going to take a couple of minutes for that, and then we got to wrap up.
Okay.
All right.
So the biggest thing is, if you know somebody with Parkinson's, whether it's in your family or down the street, or you see somebody at a grocery store and you have a conversation, do not decide for them if they are a candidate for this program. Okay. Don't say, well, my dad's already too far gone, or my neighbor's in a wheelchair, or he's 92, or he doesn't drive. Whatever the case may be, do not make the decision. All you have to do is get them on one phone call with us, and we promise you, from the second we pick up the phone with them, you have changed their life forever. Because they will come into the gym, come hell or high water. We are going to make sure that happens. And the second they step in, it's a done deal.
Changes. And we know that from these 3 testimonials we just had back to back, that these are life-changing.
Yes.
That for them to step into this.
Right. So get them on the phone.
Okay.
Get them on the phone with us.
Give out your website.
Our website.
Some people are just listening and not watching.
Exactly. So Rocksteadyboxing, VCLA.com. And our website is very comprehensive, as you said. That's it. Phone numbers? Are you guys going to post those, I would imagine, or just the website?
We don't usually,
Okay.
but the website has phone numbers on them. So
Yes,
those get
yes.
posted, and it's already on my Instagram and my Facebook page as
Wonderful.
we speak
Thank
from
you.
all the promos.
Yes.
And we'll do post-show promos, and we'll make
Yeah.
sure this gets out there so you can advertise with it as well.
Yeah.
So final words, guys.
Yes.
Just final words, each of you. Final thoughts, what you want
Yes.
to put out there, besides everything we talked about in the last
Final
Okay,
thoughts.
just
hour.
a quick thing about the neurologists,
Yes.
because they send us most of their
Referrals.
clients that we have are recommended by the neurologists. And why do you think that is, listeners? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they see firsthand when you come for your examination and when they come to check you out, they see firsthand how much you have improved. So maybe they can reduce your medication. Maybe they can, tell you you're not progressing at all. It's just amazing because they love our program and they are helping their clients, but they're also helping them even more by sending them to us. So the neurologists are big shout out for them.
Yeah, I love that they're going this route, this holistic sort of go from the inside out route. I love that.
Yes.
So-
Yes. And final thoughts are that every single person with Parkinson's can participate in this program, and we make a guarantee that they will absolutely benefit from it. Nobody is too old, nobody is too young, nobody is too far gone. It doesn't matter if you've had Parkinson's for a week or you've had it for 25 years. And also, in closing, we are seeing a lot of young onset now. A lot. So we have people at 36, 40, 50. That is the time they need to get to us. They still have families to raise. They have to stay at work. And we will ensure that they can continue to do that.
Interesting. Very
Yes.
good. So
Yes.
cool. You guys rock in every which way. I am so glad I finally got you in here because you are doing something so amazing for people that just can't be... What you have something to say?
I got something
Go for
I have
it.
to
Go
say.
for it.
Okay, listen. These classes, you will be working nonstop movement. These classes will offer you hands down all the benefits. But one of the things that we didn't mention is that they are fun.
Oh my God.
They look
You
so
will
fun.
have so much fun.
You got to go to their YouTube channel,
Yeah, the
guys.
F word. We forgot about the F word. Yes, fun.
Yeah, the big capital F-U-N, fun.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
You can tell that by watching those videos
Yes,
online.
awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Debbie.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad you're
Thank
here.
you.
And I want to thank my audience. Thanks for listening today. I know this was a wealth of information for those of you, and you know where to go if you have that family member or a friend that's suffering from this disease, because these are the ladies. These are the ones. And if you're calling from a different state, still get a hold of them. They're going to hook you up. I know that. I know you can. So, all right, guys, I want to thank you again for joining me. And remember to keep going out and having those conversations that connect to a healthier you. Goodbye. I want to tell you I'm going to be here next week. I'm doing 2 shows in a row on a Tuesday, and then I'm taking off until the second week of January. So come back. We're going to be talking all nutrition and how to start off the new year right. So come back and see me next week. That's the 20th, live at 2 p.m. Pacific time. All right, here we go. Thank you, guys. Thanks again. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We add to it.